He said
That's why I was late.
Yeah.
Because we was eating. I was like, oh shit. It's already
I had no
7.
teriyaki chicken in a while. Did you get it from somewhere or did you make it?
I got it from Hannah's down by the studio.
Oh, okay.
On that teriyaki?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Well, get up.
Come on, you never see it. Just open it.
All right. It's time to turn this party up. It's time to wake these people up. I need some positive energy from my people. I need some positive feedback. I need some energy. Like y'all drunk 12 Red Bulls. That's what I need.
Jeez.
That should have burned a hole in your chest. That's the only way you know you drunk 12
I
Red
think I need to go and get me a drink right now.
You have a hole in your chest like Iron Man.
12 Red Bulls?
Sounds like cardiac arrest to me.
My heart be palpitating like a motherfucker.
12 Red Bulls is a lot.
Did he put it to YouTube yet? I don't see it on YouTube. Or is it just me?
Yeah. Let me see. I didn't check it out yet. Let me see.
I didn't. My other phone's charging. That shit, my son made it dead. You guys, my son, I put him in the car, right? He's like, Mom, let me get my phone. Please, may I have my phone? I was like, yeah, hold on. Put his seatbelt on, give him his phone. Well, going from the Wi-Fi.
It said we were live, though. I saw that.
No, it says we're live, but
I got it on the big screen.
I don't see it on YouTube.
I do.
You do?
Yep. I see us. I'm looking at it. Let me go this way.
Okay, now I see it. It just took a while to register.
There's like a little mini Lonnie.
Okay, now I see it. You do?
Yeah. I see us. I'm looking.
Okay, got it.
Can you guys hear my kid yelling? Should I move?
No.
Okay, cool. So I was saying this guy, the Wi-Fi cut off the phone, so it was like internet spinning on YouTube. He said, "Fucking bitch phone, Mom, it's dying." I was like, should I beat his ass? That's my fault though. I can't beat his ass. Don't say that, son. You know, I corrected him, but I'm like, I gotta watch my motherfucking man as I motherfucker while he's over there.
There we go. All right, then let's get this party back on track. This is Monday. This is Can You Back That Up? You know what I'm saying? And I want you guys to like, subscribe to everything that we got going here at Urban Soulution Radio because we got it for you, baby. Baby. That's how we get down. This is one of the wildest shows. I just can't wait for this one. This is one of the wildest shows that I'm a part of for one, but this is one of the craziest shits that's on the internet right now. Sponsored by Urban Soulution Radio. And to prove that this is the craziest shit, I got my girl MK Lonnie from the 808 in the building. Say what's up, sweetheart.
What's up?
Hey. Lola Bunny getting to the money.
Hey.
Hey now, sweetheart. I got my guy OG. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's up?
West Side always gang banging. I ain't mad at you. Irie, what's going on?
What's up?
He said gang banging. Oh my god.
Hey.
Bang bang.
I slipped that in real quick. I was hoping he didn't catch it.
It's too early for this.
I'm used to it every week.
I know, right?
How'd you be big and back being boo?
How's the only gangster that be wearing green?
Yeah. Our beige.
I ain't mad at you. Green for the money. Get to the money, brother. I ain't mad at it.
Money makes the world go around.
That's what they say.
Well, you guys are all nestled up. I need to turn on my fan because I'm hot.
Look,
you guys are all like snuggle bunnies over there.
Man, I'm pretty.
She's in a tank top. Humid Hawaii.
It's freezing out. Well, it's not freezing, but it's windy.
I'm kind of sweating right now, so I have to turn on my fan.
We got the kind of wind right now that just completely disrespects your clothes.
It's going straight through you.
just straight through your jacket and just completely disrespect you.
I
You
love
should have
that.
my car rocking on the freeway. Like, I'm not even drunk. So why is my car doing
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That reminds me.
Hella trees fell down.
Well, let's get to the ignorance, shall we?
Why you gotta be ignorant?
Hey,
Okay.
because I have no other word for it, and I have an extensive
Macaroni and
vocabulary.
cheese?
I just, hey, it is what it is. Let's get to the ignorance. The first question that I have for the panel is, okay, we're gonna be serious with it. Okay. The first question I have for the panel is, if you have pics of someone you just broke up with, do you keep it or trash it? Oh no, that's not gonna be serious. Never mind. I thought this was going. Never mind.
It's a trick. It's a trick to it.
It's a trick to it. Go ahead, OG. Talk to him.
Oh, okay. I'll start with me. I would keep them. I would probably move them, but I would keep them because you never know what's going to happen down the road.
If you got to blackmail them, okay, I feel it.
Blackmail them,
that's exactly why
you just because you broke up with them, you ain't in a relationship with them, don't mean that you got to destroy everything else. You never know. Y'all still could be best of friends or become friends down the road. People change and your thoughts about people be different, and you never know when stuff's gonna be classics or something like that. Because I still have a lot of old pictures of people that I had relationships with. I mean, all the way back from high school, and you never know when that thing come up.
I thought we were talking about dirty pictures.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, that's just
I was
where
thinking
my mind
that too,
goes.
but we can go off of each top.
We
can elaborate on what kind of photos we're exactly talking about.
Yes. I was about to say it depends on what they're wearing in the picture. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
It depends.
But I would still keep them, no matter if they X-rated or non-X-rated. I would keep them because, like I said, they become classics one way or the other, no matter what they are. X-rated or not X-rated.
And you could blackmail the motherfucker. So it works both ways.
Yeah, and just say, well, this is what it used to be. It may not be that now, but this is what it was.
And you could frame them out like $100,000 or something, like if they come up, if they're rich or something. So yeah, you could blackmail them. I feel you, bro. I feel you. MK, talk to me. You had pics of someone you just broke up with. Oh shit.
Yeah, right.
Do you keep them or do you trash them? Talk to me.
I keep them. Like for me, you know, I work in law, right? So I'm all about evidence and I'm all about evidence and, you know, just keeping it real. So if I have to pull something out of my pocket later, it's there for that.
I got the receipts.
Yeah, like, you know, like how some person is like, well, I've been dating him for like 3 years. Well, bitch, boom, here he is.
Yeah, you got the right mindset.
And as far as like X-rated photos or whatever, like I don't really do that with just random people that I'm dating or whatever. So I don't have any of that for that reason, because I think about like what I would do with the photo if I had it, right? So I really don't do that, but I do have something on my phone called a vault that I do keep pictures in that I don't want on my phone, whether it be just pictures of me and somebody or whatever it is. It's not like readily available in my photos, but I move it to something called a vault, and you got to
do a couple extra steps to get to it.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like I feel like people that get all like pissed off and like rip pictures. I mean, I can understand if you cheated and you know you feel a certain type of way, you might want to throw darts at it or whatever. But at some point, that person was important in your life, and that was a time period, and you can't erase the time period. So, like, I'm not one to go back on social media and like erase everything. I know people that do that. They'll go and they'll be like erasing everything, and I'm like, that was that moment in my life, and that was the day in my life, and that was that time period, and that's what was happening.
It was all good at that point.
Yeah, you can't take that back. You can't be like, oh well, that wasn't me, bitch. No, you're in the picture too, you know. So or like if somebody gets mad right now, you're dating somebody new, they're like, oh, you have all these pictures on your, well, that's what was my life, you know. So I don't really believe in like throwing anything out. I mean, unless it's like ended like super bad, then possibly, yes.
Okay. Okay, I feel it. Ari, you have pictures of somebody. Y'all just broke up. You keep them running or you trashing them? Talk to me.
I'm a keeper. I have been taking pictures and photographing my life since junior high on like,
Exactly.
35 millimeter. I had the original like digital camera when you had to put a floppy disk in it. Like pictures are
Oh,
my
shit.
shit. So I take them seriously. Like, and like MK said, like I might not keep it in my camera roll, but
Right.
I'll separate it into an album of that era in my life. Those are my memories,
Yes.
And like I'd be mad when I lose like my son's dad when I was pregnant and we're broke up or whatever. He used my phone and I had a separate folder of pictures of us and our little nasties. And he deleted them, and I was hella butthurt about it. And I was like, even though we go through what we go through, those were my memories. Those were my pictures. Like you had no right, and he still denies it. But his other baby mom said that he admitted to it, and I was like literally butthurt. Like when you grow up on an island that has typhoons and shit gets destroyed, we've lost a whole house.
Right.
I've had a house fire. Like those digital memories, and those are for my son. You know what I mean? Luckily, I have some of them printed, but even if we're not together later on, he's going to want pictures of both of us. You know what I mean? He came from this time of love, and that's what those pictures are. Just because we're not that anymore, I was hella bad. But yeah, I'm a keeper. Like, not that I need to revisit every day, but it's an album of a time in my life. So.
Right.
I feel it. Miss Bunny,
Yeah,
bumping them or dumping them?
I'm bumping it and dumping dick pics.
She said there's certain ones I'm dumping.
Yeah, I feel it.
Like, if that's somebody that you don't talk to anymore, why would you keep a picture of their shit in your shit?
It's kind of weird. That's
I
kind
never
of
did
weird.
that. Like, I understand what you guys are saying as far as like, keeping photos or whatever, but like, okay, if there was a time in your life and this was memories and like this was the whole memory, not so much on like an emotional connection thing, like, hey, this was a cool ass day, this is what I did type shit. But for those weirdos that keep dick pics in their phone,
that's
like,
kind of weird.
why? Why does that need to be a
That's
memory?
weird.
Like, so you just have a storage of past
kind
of
weird. Trophy
penises
dates.
of past relationships. You don't need to do that, sis.
Now, see, that has to be a female thing, of course, because no guys ain't gonna keep no damn dick pics or something. So
Okay,
but
so
you're gonna
guys,
keep the Nana pics that they send or the titty
guys
pics.
keep a plethora of vagina pics, like from different vaginas they come across.
No.
Like, no, okay, Haj, do you delete it? Okay, so same shit. Those need to get deleted. Dump it.
Yeah, I agree with that one. Yeah, see, I'm not keeping none of
Especially if
that.
it's not even the face, it's just a random body part. Like, do you even know which face belongs to that body part?
This kind of looks like. This kind
I
of
have
reminds me
some
of
from like 2006.
What?
Yeah.
You just got random dicks in your phone.
It's not random. Like me and this dude still mess around. It's not random. But I only have
somebody
them, like,
you still talk to.
it's on it's like a long-term link. But
well, see, that's different.
I didn't
it's
even
not
realize,
just like a random person.
I didn't realize I still had them till I was going through, like, I finally set up my computer at home and I really don't, go through shit. I went through one of my old hard drives and I was like, oh, I remember those.
Oh,
I remember those.
See, me for a guy, I'm not gonna send you no pictures of that because I want you to come and look at the real thing. I'm not gonna send no picture that's what you can remember me by. If you want to come and see the real thing live and direct. So
live and direct.
I don't know about no guys sending, guys that send dick pics to me is weird. You know, they like
Right.
But
something
they
It's
wrong
weird
do
if
it
they're
though.
strangers.
That's
It's
like,
weird if they're strangers. I feel like if
Trying
you're
to
being
get the
naughty
lighting
with
just
somebody
right.
you fuck with,
yeah, you know, well, maybe I turn to the left, or
Right.
I put a black sheet
it's
on a
always
black
like this.
towel and make it look bigger, or white.
It's always like that.
That's
So,
too much. That's like too
so
much.
someone
dude.
tell this to all these fools in my DMs, please.
You know, that's like,
Hang
man,
okay.
why bother that? If
So
they
Like that
dumb.
crazy
gonna
dude
come
that
see
was
it.
in your DM, but he got mad and put a post about you because you wouldn't respond. I'm like, he just made
Right.
himself look stupid.
Call me a
Dumb as
slutty
hell.
chick. Okay.
When
After
you
he
were
was
trying
all
to
trying
just
to like get with me.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That
that was
posting you
crazy.
5
Oh,
messages
no.
in a row, and you don't even know him.
I didn't even react and I didn't even respond. And then when I went to his page, like, who is this guy, right? Because he was just following me. I'm like, whatever. I just let whoever follow. After they get dumb, I just get them out, right? And so I saw it and I was like, oh my God, he has a girlfriend. So I never even said like, thank you or any. I mean, you know what I mean?
You
I
just
think there was
didn't
more, but
acknowledge.
I
I'm
was
not
just
gonna pay
like,
you no man.
I don't give a fuck about him. And then he laughed at the picture. So when I had posted the original picture, he laughed at it. No one else
Oh,
laughed
no.
at the picture. It wasn't anything funny. He
Right.
laughed at it and then he did that post. And then he thought I wouldn't see it, but I have people, you know.
Right.
And then he's the one that looked like a fucking idiot in the end anyway.
Yeah, that was some bitch shit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Life of
I
an
know, I love
influencer
it.
in
You
Hawaii.
be letting them have it, and I'm like, hell yeah, get them, sis.
I don't care. And that's the thing is like, people don't understand. Like when I say I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not scared of you. Zero
Clearly.
fucks. Like
Clearly.
you come for me, that's what you're gonna get. You just better make sure you're fact checked and you know what you're talking about if you're gonna come for me with anything. It's so dumb. I don't know why people do it because I don't do that. Like, do you wake up every day and be like, let's see who I can mess up today. Let's see who I can make feel like shit today. I'm gonna go to their page and like say something dumb. You know what I mean? Or like these guys that send dick pics, are they really like, hey, this girl probably wants to see my dick today. I'm gonna send it to her. Like, what?
Yes.
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, we're
Oh,
not even
God. I'm
talking.
gonna-
Like,
I
I don't
can't.
even know you. And that's the
I was
first thing
just
I
gonna-
get. I get a DM.
I was
Blurred
just gonna
blurred.
screenshot for you. This message literally went like, "What's up, beautiful? What's up, dick pic?"
That's what I'm saying. It's like
hello.
it's like you opened it up when
So
you said what's up.
uncomfortable.
It is. It's so awkward.
Kendall, this
It's
is
just like-
really the things that women go through.
I'm
Like-
flabbergasted. I'm
I'm
flabbergasted.
telling you guys.
Look, I'm gonna screenshot it. Hold on.
Well, and you know that that ruler that you keep fucking around with in your hand. So this guy, because I was saying like I was over people sending me dick pictures. At one time, it was like all the time. I had people like literally like playing with themselves, talking to me, saying my name. Like what?
I've had that happen. That's
It's
so uncomfortable.
so gross. It's dumb. And so this guy, you know what he did instead? He took a picture. He put the measuring tape. I give him an A for effort. He got the measuring tape. He put it next to him, and then he blacked out the whole thing except for like the end part. So I guess he wanted to show me his measurements. I don't know. I don't
Like-
know. I gave him an A
Length,
for
width,
effort.
circumference.
And you know what is so
Girth.
dumb too? The girth. Like, you know what is so dumb too? It's like people know that I literally will blast someone. Like, I don't even know why they try. I don't even know why they keep doing it. Like my Facebook, when I do those deadly diaries, I literally put real things that really happened to me. And I don't understand why people don't get worried. Like, is she gonna post this? Is she gonna like put me on blast?
She's gonna
like,
post it.
Like, see it, she don't give a fuck.
Clearly. Yeah, I
You
don't
guys-
know.
You guys want to know a fun fact that I just learned over this past weekend? Don't ask me why I Googled this. I just did. So, since we're on the subject, the average flaccid is 3.6 inches, but the average erect is 5.2. That shit blew my mind.
Wait,
That's
say
You
that
sad.
Googled
again?
that. You Googled that.
Yes, I Googled it.
Say that again.
So the average male penis flaccid, okay, is only 3.6 inches long, right? But erect is 5.2. and that's an
That's average.
Yes.
Mm.
But our
Um,
whole
okay.
lives, we were
It
told
depends
that
on
was
the weather.
small.
Is
Hey,
that
Kendall,
in
look,
the?
tell them
Is
it
that?
depends on the weather. Where you at? What weather?
Wait,
No,
Kendall
it
said,
depends
hold
on the
on. I'm gonna be
community.
right
It
back.
depends
My
on the
measurement
It's the
community.
weather.
It's
It
not
depends.
the weather.
It's
It's
who.
the
What?
weather. I
That's
blame it on the weather.
that's
Look, I
the
need to know. I need
average.
to know the demographic of men that
Wait,
they
no, he's gonna
got
wait.
their information from.
He's
Is
gonna
it
go. He's
diverse?
gonna be right
It
back.
was a
Here's the
whole
measurement tape.
science. Google it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It was a whole science.
Okay, but did it give you any other information? Like, who did they survey? Survey said.
So
Like, was it
Or
like?
who
it
did
was
that?
like
Was that
it was like
Google from a
giving
white guy?
percentages. It was giving percentages of like a group of males that they studied and blah blah. blah. And I'm like,
A
Right,
a
but
whole
were
bunch
the
of
Caucasian?
guys got
were the
together in a
males in
room.
like?
Hey,
Were the
Lola,
males
that
in
that
like
must have came
bumfuck
from Google.
Kendall's
Connecticut or
fine.
like?
man.
Kendall's fine with his measuring tape.
Yeah, like that must have came from like a white guy, a Caucasian man.
I don't know, but I thought it was hilarious. Kendall, shut up. I cannot.
And growing and growing and growing.
But yeah, the things you can find on Google.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
interesting.
that's
like,
an interesting
You have
fact.
to. You
Very
have to
interesting.
check the demographic though.
I
Like,
need more.
if
I
you
need
play,
more.
if
I
you
need more
play Family
details.
Feud, right? They ask 100 people.
That's what
But
I'm saying.
you have to think. They asked 100 white people,
That's what
so
I
you got to
said.
answer like that. Now,
Right.
I don't know if they were, like I said, if they were in like Alabama, maybe Connecticut, where it's less melanated, that all those numbers come from. But
Yeah, because the whole reason why I Googled it
Yes,
was
please
I really
share.
wanted to.
the
You need
reason,
to Google that in Africa.
Yeah, we're listening.
Because I wanted to know exactly what in a man's like genetic code or whatever determines whether he's going to have a larger one or a smaller one, and then that's what Google pulled up. So I still didn't get my original question answered, but that's what Google pulled up.
That's a legit question though. Like, we know the recessive
It
hairpiece
is.
comes from the mother. Where does like schlong size come from? Whose side?
Hey, and like I said, you might want to try that from Africa.
Yeah, well,
And that'll probably have a whole nother meaning to it. A whole nother zip code.
This is a whole nother. But you know what? Everybody go do surveys this week.
go do Google search.
I'm already
Don't
done.
play with me. I
Please
will
go up to
totally
random
put that on my
people.
IG story.
Everybody,
I need a ruler measurement.
there you go. Or
I
everybody
always
go to
randomly
Target.
have random questions for Google.
Everybody go to Target and stand outside and take a survey like statistics.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That
I
would
can
be
see it
so
now. Everybody
funny.
with a clipboard, got the clipboard.
Yes.
And
Mark it
measuring
off.
tape.
And someone to pack
But we need to do
rulers
the
for
look
everybody
to make
who
it
walks out.
to make it scientifically correct. We'd have to take the measurements because
Right.
a dude can
That's
say whatever.
true.
He'd be
I
like,
don't know.
"I'm
Yeah.
8, a whole 4.5." Like, that's not-
I already took my measurements. I ran out of measuring tape.
You know, yeah, guys
You're
you be
stupid.
making up
I had to
shit.
choke. That reminds me, dude. My uncle asked my. So, did you guys know that condoms have serial numbers?
They have serial numbers.
I thought you
Like
said
on the
cereal. I
actual
was like,
condom?
Yeah, on the condom. Y'all never had to roll it back that far, huh?
why?
I don't think nobody waited that.
Oh, that's real
long.
funny.
Anybody sat there and inspected?
I know,
mean,
before they
why?
put it on.
No, I ain't looking at all that.
3399 212 1B.
Expired in 2012.
Oh no.
Find that.
She probably Googled it.
Oh no, bitch, that was a whole joke. That's what my uncle. That's one of his running jokes.
Oh, that
It's
was
like,
a
did you
joke.
know? Oh, you've never had to roll it back that far, huh?
Right.
Oh, I get it
Yeah.
now. I get it. Okay, that went over my head the first time, but now I got it.
I
Well,
don't
it's
think
Kendall got
nobody
it.
even
I know
waited
Kendall
that
got
long
it.
to see. Waited that long to even see.
Right. All bad.
Right.
I don't know where we at on that one. Let's see.
We're on question
We-
number 2.
yeah,
We
We
only
went
got
all the
right.
way.
We're
We
on
went all
off
the way
track.
number
south.
2.
That was like,
That was
We
all
got
the
off
way
track
south.
on that one. Thank you, Lola. Thank you.
That's
You're
like
Appreciate
welcome.
you.
that's
I feel like that happens often. It's fine.
Lola
that's
coming
from
in
do
for the
we dump
domino
your
effect.
pictures.
yeah, say thank you for part B.
The question was, do we dump our ex's pictures? And it went all the way to measuring. I don't know.
Dick pics.
I
Dick
know
pics
how
is
it
what
started.
switched it all over.
Yeah, MK
Okay.
is full
Next
of
question.
Let's keep it rocking and keep it rolling. The next question I got for the panel is, all right, okay, now we serious. Let's see if you motherfuckers can get your minds right.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Since when?
What is the difference between just simply giving up or knowing when it's time to move on? Ooh, that's a loaded question right there.
Yeah, that's a rough.
That is a loaded question right there. Okay. What is the difference between simply giving up and knowing when it's time to move on? Ooh. All right, let's get
And
into
now
it, panel.
that goes for a relationship or what? I mean, what do that apply to?
And I feel like in any aspect of life, it's
Well, I
probably
think
going to be the same number.
it could have a broad
Same answer.
array of applications. I
Yeah.
think it could be a relationship or friendships.
Relationship,
for-
Or a
friendships,
job.
jobs.
Or a job.
Right, for this
Activities.
conversation, let's just say relationships.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think it's multiple for me. If it's different, it depends on what it is for
Right.
that answer for me.
I feel you. All right, so what's the difference between just simply giving up or knowing when it's time to move on? Ari, let's hear from you, sweetheart.
For me, the difference is when you give up, you haven't tried. That means one thing went wrong the first time and you were like, fuck this shit. Deciding to let go and not continue trying is because you probably recognize a pattern of some things that you do not find positive or are just all around shitty. Like, let's just be real. And that goes with job, friendship, relationship, your fucking car. Like, one thing goes wrong and you're like, oh, this is broken, it's got to go. Or you actually try, you put time in, you work for it, you spend energy and parts of you putting into it, and then you finally realize this shit's not working. The more I try, the more energy I lose without any rejuvenation. So I just have to let this one go.
I feel it. Okay.
That's just anybody can let go right away without trying. That's giving up. That's just I quit. Fuck this shit, I quit. I didn't try. But when you put yourself and time into anything, you don't want to give up right away. And you don't.
Well, for me, I think there is no difference really, because I think when when you know it's time to move on, then you go ahead and give it up, because sometimes that's hard for some people. Sometimes they know when it's time to move on and they still don't give it up. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand. When you know it's time to move on, you should go ahead and give it up.
And it's when you don't that things get sour. Things get like
Mhm.
negative all the time, because I've always said, like, what if you're in a relationship, once you say I'm fucking done, I can't do this shit, that first time, that stays. Now every
Right.
little thing, this guy didn't put the laundry all the way in, or just every little thing trickles to build up to be like building a lesser love, I guess.
I feel
Because
that.
you're not where you want to be. So now you're like resentful and have negative emotions in it, but you're still there and it irritates, So
I feel you.
Am I just high?
All right. The queen of the 808, talk to me. What is the difference between simply giving up or knowing when it's time to move on?
Like for me, I'm not a quitter. I never was a quitter, right? And so anything I put my time and effort to, I give it my 100. I go all in. But because I did that in, for 20 years of my life in a relationship that I wasn't happy in anymore. But you stay in it for certain reasons. You get into sticky, I did this whole podcast on it. You get into like a sticky relationship where you're like stuck because of your kids or your finances or the feeling that you don't want to be alone and you don't want to move on and, this, that, and the other thing. So I've kind of learned that when it's time to let go, then you have to let go and you have to move on. Like you have to be true to your own feelings, you can't like keep going on in something knowing that you're not happy or that the other person is not trying or that there's no compromise, right? Because when you're with someone, you like things a certain way, they like things a certain way. And if you say, well, I don't like this and you don't like this, and there's a compromise that has to come in the middle of the relationship for both of you to understand each other and how you are. And some people just aren't willing to change. And some things like I'm not willing to change. Like I'm not willing to change in the fact that I am very independent and I do, pretty much everything on my own. I've been paying my own bills for 5 years by myself. I've been doing this, that, and the other thing. So if you're going to come at me, like you have to come all the way correct for me to want to change some of the things that I am and that I do, because I've already built this person up. I mean, and this is just speaking because I was from experience, like it might not be
You already
advice
spent
for
and
everyone.
committed a majority of your life doing something.
Right.
So now you're like,
so now I'm at a spot where I have boundaries and I have demands, and it is what it is. That might not be right for all relationships and for all people. But like I need to be happy with myself. So I have to be true to myself and how I feel. And sometimes it sucks. It doesn't mean your heart doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean that you're not sad when you move on. It doesn't mean that, I fucked up or they fucked up. It just means that it didn't work. It just didn't work. And why fix something that you can't fix? That's your feelings, I mean, you never know, things could change later or whatever it is. But in the meantime, you can't be committed to something that you're not happy to be committed to or in, because there's no compromise or there's no way of you feeling a different type of way. Because once you kind of feel like I already said, I think it makes a lot of sense. Once you kind of feel like, okay, you said this the first time, well, then there's a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth. It's like, when is it ever it's not going to change? And I believe that people just stay unhappy in unhealthy relationships because they're scared to move on. And that, like,
or they don't want to feel like the time they just spent is a waste.
Right.
I already put 12 years in. Why would we quit now? Because you're unhappy as fuck. And right.
I don't know.
That's
exactly it. You invest time and energy and then you don't want to like waste it. And I totally understand that also. But at the end of the day, you're going to die unhappy. Like I need to be happy. I need to be me and I need to be able to be me and happy. I mean, I compromise too, but it's like, it has to be a 50-50 thing. It can't be a 70-30, a 20-80. It has to be a 50-50. That's the short answer.
What? No, yeah, I feel you on that one. And just to add on a little bit to that, you can't like when you compromise on too much, like, because I think every relationship has compromises, but when you compromise too much, it starts a war within yourself, and you start kind of resenting that other person for things that you didn't say, the boundaries that you didn't set. You start getting mad at them for that and lashing out, and they don't know why, you don't know why, and it's an off balance. And the worst thing you could be is off balance. OG, talk to me. What's the difference between simply giving up and knowing when it's time to move on?
I'm gonna answer this in like two parts, to add a little difference to what they said. I agree with everything MK and Irene said, and that they both are right. And also, when you giving up something and you giving up too much and you're not being yourself, you ain't gonna be happy. So I would just slash and say, you have to think common sense sometime. You could be in love with somebody or like something and want something to work so much, and it just don't work. But then you got to go back to common sense. what is really you and what is right. And when you say that it ain't right, no matter how much your feelings is into it, it's time to switch and change, because it's just not right. You can't always think with your heart. And, you know, and then you also have to be able to think about you. You can't like put your other people in front, you know, front of it. Well, where I'm doing it because of, you know, my kids. I'm doing it because of this situation, and you suffering because you ain't gonna be happy. So that's where the common sense part comes into. You got to think about not with your heart, but what's common sense. Now, I'm gonna cut that on the other side and take it to the point of like, okay, it's a job. I don't like this job. This job is bullshit. I know I should get out of here. But also that job is paying me a lot of money and it's keeping the roof over my head. It's paying my car notes. It's paying my house rent. Then I'm not going to give up so quick, because I'm unhappy, because I need to make everybody else happy around me. I got to take care of my family. I got to take care of my bills. So my responsibility. So even though it's common sense that I'm not happy and I really don't want to be there, I will put up with that a little bit more, because we have to live. Because if I'm not taking care of my surroundings, everything crumbles. So I would have to sacrifice my unhappiness a little bit more to pay these bills and to make sure that I got food on the table to feed my kids, to feed my family, to do what I want to do, take this vacation, to go to Hawaii or Vegas or something. So I'm going to put up with a little bit more of it for that aspect of it than I would if it's a relationship. Because I can find another motherfucker in a relationship that in a heartbeat. But I mean, I find another job that's going to put up with my shit and, you know, and to pay me that type of money. So it depends on what side of the fence that you on. So that's what I mean by answering it in two ways. If it's common sense, if it's a relationship, if I'm not happy, I'm out of there. If it's a job paying my rent, my food, you know, all of that to keep my family, you know, taking these trips, I'm a sacrifice more and be unhappy to make those things happen. But if it's a personal relationship, I'm out.
I feel you. Well, when I look at the question, it's what's the difference between simply a giving up or knowing when it's time to move on? I think if they're both looking at an exit strategy, and I think when you say whether it be a job or relationship, they both take some type of strategy. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to just up and do anything. But so I think in both those instances, it would take some type of strategy. Lola Bunny, getting to the money. Talk to me. What's the difference between simply giving up and moving on?
I agree with all of my elders that have come before me.
That was real slick right there. That was real slick.
My elders. Oh, God.
We are. Hey, y'all, this is my last week to be 20-something. Let me have it. But anyway.
There you go.
Yeah, you can have that. You can have that.
There you go.
I'm the baby today, damn it.
29 forever.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, no, for real though, I really agree with everything you guys said. The only thing with something that I've heard before that really stuck with me once upon a time is when people say like in relationships they want 50-50, and what the seminar was about was like you don't want to put 50-50 in your relationship, or you don't want to expect 50-50 in your relationship, because you get to a point where you feel as though you're doing all, and if you're doing all, it's 100, but you're only expecting 50, then you're going to feel overwhelmed. So that's the only difference for me, aside from what you guys said. Yeah. So I heard that relationships should be 100, not 50-50.
Yeah.
There it is. You don't want to be off balance. It's too easy to get off balance.
Yeah, but if you're getting to that point where you're even looking at that, then
yeah, you shouldn't even have to look at percentages, period.
Yeah, then that means you're kind of getting to that point where you know that's where that's going, if that's the question that you're asking.
Well, and that's like the whole purpose of being in a relationship anyway, right? Because people are Irie has issues. She's down today. We have to pick up the slack when she's down of making her feel better. You know what I mean? That's how friendships work. That's how relationships work, right? It's like when one person's lacking, like at work, maybe something's happening at work. This person's feeling like shit. Now you got to kick in and you got to put in your time in to make that person feel good, because you're going to have a day that you're going to feel shitty at work. And that's what compromise and that's what relationships are. I mean, that's why you have a companion,
you pull
right?
each other up. You pull each other up and you keep each other up. So sometimes it slips, but the point is where you still reach out.
And then you get each other off.
That part.
The one time we were keeping it appropriate.
I know.
Yeah,
this was doing, we were doing so well.
Kendall.
We were getting really deep on
We
this.
were. We were doing good for a minute. I was proud of us.
It wasn't me this time. Us being mature.
Good times never last as long as you want them to.
All right.
They gotta always be 50-50.
I think we covered everybody on that one. Did anybody want to add anything to that one?
Gang.
We good? Okay.
Let's keep it rocking. Good.
Next.
Let's keep it rocking. All right. What is something about yourself that others would be surprised if they knew? Huh. Oh, Lola, I want to hear it.
You know my business. Don't do that.
Oh, I want to hear it.
I don't know. I gotta think of something else. Come back to me.
You gotta say what first came to your mind.
That's everything ain't for YouTube and Facebook. That's for the group.
I want to know that one.
Come back.
Just lie to me.
We'll see that one in the chat. We'll see that one in the chat.
All right. OG, what is something that I would be surprised to know about you? Like, you play the piano or something? Talk to me. You play the violin, the harp?
I think something that I don't talk about is at one time growing up in my junior high school, I was one of LA's top dancers. I did documentaries about me dancing and being on winning a lot of contests and dances, pop locking, doing things like that. So I think that would be a surprise. As if you see me now, I don't act that active like that. That's who I was. But at one time, I was one of the top male dancers in LA. I mean, like trophies, winning trophies, contests, things like that. I went to this high school, and that would more celebrities than anybody went to, and I was still known as one of the best dancers, and to do things. I should have been on like Fame or something when the Fame came out in the 80s.
When Fame came out.
Things like that. And like I said, I did a couple of documentaries talking about it.
That's tight.
Man, oh no, I didn't see you bust.
I didn't know that. Bro.
Lola,
that's a good one.
And Irene, y'all would remember we was at the picnic and they was saying come down the Soul Trade line, and I told Lola, I said, come on, we just gonna do the bump. And my kids then was going, Dad, break, do it, Pop, do it. And we just did the bump, but they wanted to see me really like pop and lock, and you know what I'm saying? Because they seen some of the trophies and awards and been with me, doing like documentaries talking about it. And they were like, do it, Dad, do it. And I was like, no, we just gonna keep it simple, Soul Train. Come on, Lola, let's just do the bump. But they was like, do it, Dad, do it, go ahead, let's see, let's do it, Dad. And it was like, nah.
Ain't that something? All right. MK, talk to me. What is something about yourself that others would be surprised if they knew?
I mean, I don't know. There's just so many things that I'm just so open about that there's really no fucking surprise. But I mean, I guess something I think that people will be surprised about is that I listen to Christian music. Like, that's like my favorite type of music. I mean, I think people would be surprised in the fact that the way that I carry myself or, you know, whatever, that I wouldn't really be in tune with that kind of music. But I mean, like, I grew up Catholic. I have like all of my, I went all the way up to getting confirmed in the Catholic Church and all that.
Yeah.
I already knows what I'm talking about. I got my Holy Communion, my confirmation.
I was
Like,
just thinking, like, shit. That's what I was gonna say though, because I'm pretty fucking open. I don't care. Nothing would surprise anybody, except
like,
that
I
I
think
grew
that
up
it's,
Catholic as fuck.
well, because
Catholic
mom
school,
is like that. That's why I said I know you're not surprised.
all the way to confirmation.
Confirmation, all of that stuff, and then I became like Christian, whatever. I mean, I don't go around preaching, so that's why I think people would be kind of surprised. But you know, just because you're crazy, it doesn't mean you don't love Jesus.
Right.
Sometimes
Jesus
he has
loves
to take the
everybody
wheel.
and the
That's fine.
sinners.
It took Jesus to be a little bit crazy to be who he was.
And he drank wine, so who cares?
Right. And he flipped tables over.
This is
People
true.
don't know. Hey, people don't know Jesus was a gangster in the stories. For real, I mean, Jesus, only thing he didn't do was throw up gang signs. Did he?
But I'm trying to.
No, he don't think Jesus threw up no gang signs. And that would have been in the New Testament. Okay. All right. Let's see. Irie, did I get you on this one, Irie? Talk to me. What is something that I would be surprised to know?
I kind of jumped in on Lonnie's just because, yeah, like, I don't know. I'm pretty open. I say what's up, and I'm not like.
There's not really.
I don't feel like
element.
If you heard something about me, you'd be like,
"That's her."
Gosh, I'm surprised. But legit, for who I am and how I seem and how people know me, like, I grew up hardcore Catholic. We went to mass every Sunday. I had to wear dresses. I did Holy Communion, confirmation. I was an altar girl. Like, the Catholic Church was a big part of my growing up. I mean,
okay, I feel it.
That, like, I could say the whole rosary without a book.
I would not have known that. I think you got me.
To say the whole rosary, all the beads without a book, all the mysteries.
Sunflower, talk to me.
All right.
What is something about Miss Bunny that I would be surprised to know?
Okay, something about myself that you'd be surprised to know. I started a book, but I never finished it.
What?
Because I used to want to be an author, so I got like 20 pages. I never finished it. I was like maybe 10 years ago now. And then another, I used to actually really be into forensics and wanted to be like the detectives that go to the site and like examine the body and the determination of death and all that stuff like that.
Fun.
Yeah, my mom got me a forensics kit in high school, and I was creating crime scenes and dusting for fingerprints.
That's cool though.
I was really that
into it. That sounds cool though. That sounds cool. Yeah. And then I got one more. But Lola, I got one more too that I know, and they may not know that you rapped.
What?
Yeah, they don't know that, but people on my social media that's been there for a while, they know that already.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying. But the panel, the rest
of the panel,
now she's a rapper.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I used to like do raps with this group called Go Gang, and we do shows and shit in Tacoma and Seattle. Cool. Like my last show I did, I was like 23. So yeah.
Lola Bunny got hot 16s. What?
For real? I need a Lola and Kendall mixtape. What's up?
Hey, let's get it.
Kendall got vocals. Kendall got hella vocals.
Man, I'll sing the whole house down right now. I'm a phenomenal singer. I think that's something that people don't know about. Yeah, I'm a incredible, dynamic, with a silky soul, velvety voice.
All right, we're gonna collab at the stew.
Yep. Ready for the mixtape. I'm gonna do the album cover. do it.
Okay. Let's
I can
get it.
doodle
Let's get
I
it.
can
What's
doodle a
up?
little something. I can doodle a little something.
Well,
I
next
think we're
link.
all ready for it. OG gonna be dancing in the video.
All right. Bonnie's gonna
No
Okay, you
market
need a
through that
job.
platform. She's a manager. She's gonna fucking promo all the shit. She be on
She'll be
Yeah,
a lawyer.
she
a
would be a good
manager.
manager.
She'll
We're
be a
getting booked
lawyer
for
and a manager.
She's
everything.
gonna book all the shows. Look, and it's management and legal all in one. Look at this
Oh
team we
shit.
got,
A
yo.
tour
Look at this
manager.
team we got.
She looks so managerial. Look at her.
Have on a suit coat
Who's
with
gonna
a
tell
skirt and a
that? No.
briefcase. I can see her with
Nobody.
a suit jacket on, a skirt, mini skirt with a briefcase.
Exactly.
I see
I'd be
it.
like, and if you don't book these motherfuckers, I'm gonna come back and book you.
Right?
Right. Be all nice
Hot
and
mess.
cute. Like,
I can see that. That's how we get
All
stuff
right.
done.
Let's keep it rocking and keep it rolling. The next question that I have for okay, we back with the dumb shit. Okay.
What happened now?
right?
Okay,
I told you
we-
I didn't read any questions.
Okay,
I'm
well
just
get
surprised.
ready. Get
I
ready.
think this was from last week.
No, I mean,
All right. Have you ever had sex with someone with the same name as someone that you had sex with before?
Previously, right? I didn't understand the
Yeah.
question. I think that's what OG meant, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So is it
yeah,
like, oh, I fucked two
Yes.
guys named John?
wait.
Yeah,
Have
like
you
that.
Is that type of
Exactly.
shit?
have you ever
Yep.
had sex with a person whose name is the same as like a person, whatever
Previous.
person, like
Before.
okay, like they've had the same name. Okay,
Right.
I got you.
Right.
I really was
I'm
right, like two Johns.
Yeah.
I'm trying to run it. Like,
Okay, I
Okay.
understand the
So-
question now.
Okay. You understand it. That's perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know
So,
if
Miss-
that's
Miss
what the
Lola-
question was.
Miss Lola
but I still
Bunny.
didn't.
Miss Lola Bunny, have you ever had sex with
What's
two niggas named Terrence?
Not Terrence.
Little Terrence and Big Terrence.
Oh, Lord, no.
Terrence. Oh my
It's Terrence.
Look, little Terrence
Can't
and
relate.
Big Terrence.
Wait,
Oh,
was it junior and a
goodness.
senior? Was it a junior and senior? I mean,
Oh no.
Terrence,
Goodness, but yeah.
Terrence with the tall teeth.
Right.
With the tall teeth Terrence.
Okay.
What you say? You going on 30? You going on 30? You old enough for what is this? Junior and senior?
yep, you're at that point. What the fuck you owe
Yeah,
your
yeah.
daddy?
I could.
That's my
I need a
life.
double pension. 401k.
She got that good.
That, how much
that
you
good life
vested?
insurance.
Oh my God.
But no. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the answer is yes.
Mhm.
Two
I thought
Terrences.
you were
Okay,
gonna say the
gotcha.
name.
He
Was
said
it
two
Terrence?
Terrences.
Two T. Two T. Gotcha. All right. Irie Eyes. Talk to me. Have you ever had sex with two Kyles?
Our cabins.
I have never-
cabins.
I
I
have
can see
never
Irene
fucked
with the
with a Kyle.
cabins. I can see
Nope.
Irene with the two cabins.
Mm-mm.
Two Kevins. Okay. Two Kevins.
No Kevin's or Kyle's,
Okay.
but no. Like I had to run
Deshaun.
the list. I'm like, I haven't. Two Deshaun's. Is
Right.
that what you said?
Okay.
No, I actually
Okay.
haven't. I have not. Nobody. Yeah. None of my bodies share a name.
You don't want that confusion in your phone. That's what you don't want. You don't know who the hell texting you.
It depends
You
on the
wanna know-
stage
I
of your life.
do. It's yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you don't
some
know if it's
people aren't
you
even-
don't know
some
if it's
people
a
aren't
hey,
even
what you doing,
annoying.
or if it's a hey, big head, or hey, stranger, or one of them. You don't know.
The best ones. Did you eat? Oh. Hello.
You respond to that one.
Yeah.
MK, that look on your
Always
face.
say no.
I would love to hear.
Bring some to eat.
I was looking too.
She gonna start
Lonnie.
look, she gonna start off with, well, you know, everybody on the island kind of have the same names.
No.
Her own name.
Peonies. How many Kionis?
Disclaimer.
No,
How many
no,
Kainoas?
wait. No, literally does have
Okay.
kind of the same, but a lot of different names because a lot of it is Hawaiian names and some are not. My answer is yes, but it took me a long time to. I was just thinking in my mind is because I named them something in my own mind, and then I had to think of their actual real name.
Their real
So
name.
my answer originally, huh?
I just said that too. Sometimes it's not like in my
Identifier.
phone. It's not their name. I'm like, oh wait, no.
That's what I'm
It's not like
saying.
their name.
So my names for them is really not their real name, but so the original answer was no, but then when I thought about it, I was like, actually yes, and it's not a Hawaiian.
Yeah.
So you know
Is
what I
it
mean?
Kainoa?
Like if you,
Is it Kainoa?
it's
It
not,
is, isn't it?
it's not a Hawaiian name. But no, but I'm telling you, it is like that in Hawaii. There is a lot of common, well, there's a lot of common Hawaiian names, but there's also not common Hawaiian names either. So it's like hit or miss. But
Every place has their versions of John,
yeah, or if it's like a Keone and then Keone with the I is John, so then you could say, yeah, I slept with 2 Johns, but John is not the name. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, my answer is yes. We'll leave it
2
at
birth
that.
certificates, same. 2 birth certificates.
Can we get the name?
I can't give you the name, but it's
That
spelled,
wasn't
they're
part of the
spelled
question.
differently.
Look,
Let's
we'll
just say
make
they-
sure it's like
Let's just say
He
they're
tried to
spelled
part of it.
differently. You know what would be a good question, which we'll probably have to think about, or maybe not. Like, how many biblical name people have you said with like John, Luke, Mark, Matthew? Like
Mary.
fun, right? I
Maybe
don't
not
think
a
Terrence is in
Jesus,
the
but
Bible.
I talked to a Jesus for a little bit. I mean,
That's biblical in its own way.
I can't imagine myself talking to a female named Ruth.
Or Rebecca,
Yeah.
Jezebel, Mary.
Oh shit.
Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I had a
Yeah, but
Mary.
these are all.
Mary,
How many
Rebecca.
young people? How many young people have those names these days?
Have what? Oh
I
no,
don't
there is. I
know.
still see people naming their kid like Luke, and I'm like, what is this?
Oh, my nephew's name is Luke. But like,
People
there's
like
so
to,
many
like
Malachi. Like, I pick the non-common one of
or
Malachi.
Ezekiel. Ezekiel is one.
Yeah.
Ezra.
Josiah. There's a lot of different ones that
Matthew,
are
Mark,
from the
Luke,
Bible.
and John.
But see those names now. See, that's what everybody been thinking. So now those names is more common than it used to be. Because everybody try to think out the box, and everybody's thinking those same names.
Right
now,
now
so those
names
are
are
the
like
new names.
Names are
There
kind
was
of
a
crazy.
Sarah in the Bible too.
Sarah, there was a Sarah.
Yeah.
So
Melania was
did
almost
not-
Matthew until
Yeah,
we
I'm
found out
trying
she
to
was a
think,
girl.
That's gonna be a question for next week. So everybody just think of your biblical people.
I gotta break out the Bible now. Damn it.
You could just ask Siri.
You got
Siri,
my answer.
name me all the
I know,
characters.
right? Like Siri, how many girls have I slept with who had biblical names?
Name me the disciples.
Oh shit.
Peter, Matt, probably no. But that would be hard in Hawaii because honestly, there is a lot of more Hawaiian names or just weird names in general than that kind of names.
I think for like for me, I probably have to say I don't know. The answer might be no, but there's in the Black community, like if your name is Toya, you could be Katoya, Latoya,
Latoya,
Latoya.
Satoya. Yeah.
Katoya.
True.
Did you say
All
Katoya?
that. It could be
Sure.
Katoya.
anything,
makes
damn near
sense.
anything that ends with an A. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My name in with an A.
Yeah, it could be anything.
My real
So
name.
in
It's
the
always
Black
going to end with
community,
an A.
I mean, names sound the same. So my answer could be yes, it could be no. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
Side note, I hate that little meme that came out that said if her name has an A in it, she's toxic. Don't even ask me about 2 A's. I leave me alone. I feel personally attacked. Leave my name alone.
Hey, it'd be like that. I saw
Says,
one that
what
said,
did you do?
if your parents named you
I'm an
something,
angel.
if your parents named you something that your name don't end with an A, they was trying to be too creative.
Oh,
Maybe.
Ari,
they're trying to
wake
be
your
too
ass up.
creative. Bro, I be sleeping hella early. I have to wake up at 4:30 and start to get ready. Tomorrow is a work day for me, so
I ain't mad at you. Well, I think we just came to the end of the show anyhow. That was the last question that we had for the panel. I think we are gonna wrap it up for tonight. I thank you guys for participating and providing y'all wild ass answers like we do every week, every same bat time, same bat channel on
And
Urban
if any,
Solution
and if
Radio.
y'all have any questions, put them in the chat. You know, put them
yeah.
in the group. So you know, we switching up. We want to get opinions from everybody, not the same people putting questions. It's a group thing, so everybody put their questions in there.
And let's keep it rocking and keep it rolling. And I think you need to be subscribed if you're not already to Urban Solution Radio on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anything on social media. We all over the place. So tap in for some of the latest and the greatest podcast shows that you can ever see or watch. Because that's what we provide on the daily content, quality content. Okay. And then yeah, just you gonna see us next Monday. Shit. Holla. We love you guys.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye.